Welcome to channel 2. Enjoy the video. Hi.
Hey, what's up, dudes and dudettes? Brad the GUITOLOGIST here. In this video, we're gonna take a look at this. This is a CB microphone. Customer brought me this. A guy who has bought things from me before, and I've done work for, I think, before, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, he brought me this thing, and he wants to turn this into a microphone that he can use at a gig. So I'm going to replace the end on this to something that he can plug in. Now, he wants an XLR connector on this, but I don't know if that's going to be possible or not with the connections that we have. This thing also has an active circuit in here, so it's it actually has a boost, and you can control the volume here on with this little pot on the top. And I've got a battery in it right now, so it does have power. But he wants to be able to use this at gigs, and so we're going to see if we can make it, you know, something that he can plug into something. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, stick around. This should be a good one for channel 2, if nothing else. Well, luckily he's provided us with this package that it came in, and this is a Cobra 4-pin power CB microphone. M75, I guess, is the model number if you want to go check these out. But let's see, 4-pin connector is what we have here, and I know nothing really about CB technology. I mean, very, very little. But this has, you know, obviously it's got a shield here, which is ground. Pin 2, the white wire is audio out. So between the ground... Oh, that wasn't good. Well, that crash you heard just now in the background was a big thing of tubes falling down from a high shelf onto the floor. Unfortunately, I've got a lot of busted up tubes now. I was over there a minute ago putting something up on the shelf, and I didn't realize, I guess I destabilized what was already up there. So, nothing real expensive or anything, but still kind of a shame. Okay, back to what we were doing. Let's go ahead and take this connector off. We're not going to need it, obviously. Okay, so there's the end off of it. Alright, we've got an audio out, transmit, and receive. Okay, we're going to do a little experimenting here. This cable is plugged into my little bench amp. And let's go to the ground. And then what did we say? The red, no, the white is audio out. Check 1, 2, check, check. Checkity, checkity, check, check, check. 1 and 2, check 1. Check. Oh my god. Oh my god. Check 1, 2. Hello, people of the world. My little chickadee. 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 Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay, so really there are only 2 leads on this thing, so we're not going to be able to get really a balanced output out of this. You know, the best I could do is make this into a 1/4 inch jack so it could be plugged into the instrument input. So at least you'll be able to get it into an amplifier that way. So I mean, that's really the best I'm going to be able to do here. Alright, well there's the plug on this thing. Let's see if it still works.
Check 1. You got a couple smokies on your tail. 10-4, good buddy. Come on back.
It's kind of fun to disassemble tubes though once they've already been broken. Okay, you'll see the grid down inside here. This is pretty typical of like a little pentode. This is a preamp tube. This is the plate out here. This is the mica spacer here on top. You can see how brittle this stuff is. It comes off in layers. And beneath that we will see the grid. You can see the grid down there. It's wound around. There's actually a couple grids you will see. This outer grid here. There's also an couple of inner grids. Yeah, you can see how it's made here. There's a okay. That's the actual plate connection right there. So that would, if we clip that, that plate should come off. So let's clip that little plate connection tab right there. Alright. Now this plate should slide off of here. There we go. Should slide off. Should being the operative word. There we go. That was another connection with the plate that I didn't see. Okay, there we go. Now there's the plate, and this is what collects all of the electrons once they've been shot out of the cathode, which is buried way down in here. Let's disassemble this a little further just for the hell of it. Got a second mica spacer down here on the bottom. This is just for support purposes, probably. Pretty sure. It's connected to a pin. I don't know. Maybe this tube had a diode or something in it too. I'm not really sure. But okay, so here's the grid, one of them. So it should be the screen grid. Grid number 3. Gotta clip its connection right there. I'll get off of there. There we go. It's not like it really matters, but anyway. Okay, there's the screen grid with its little supports. You can see how each of these elements has a connection. That connection right there goes down here to a pin, this pin in there. So if we clip that, we should be able to easily remove that next grid. Okay, so there's grid number 2. And you can see here we have yet another little grid. And that will be the control grid. Okay, now that's going to allow us to the inner sanctum here. Alright, now you see this thing that's coming out. This long, windy thing that's coming out of here. That hair-like structure. That right there is the filament. That's what the filament looks like. Here we have, of course, that grid that we were just trying to get at. So there's that. That is the control grid, grid number 1. So we'll set that aside. Now this one, this thing right here, that is a cathode. That's what heats up and emits the electrons. And inside of the cathode, it's hollow, and the filament gets stuffed down in there. Okay, let's turn out some lights, and I'm going to flip on my power supply, and we'll see what happens. Alright, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, that was pretty anticlimactic. There we go. See it? These filaments don't really last any time at all in the open air. I think it just burned it. Yeah, it's just burned it. There you go. And it's already burned out. There we go. Ah! Fun. See how long the filament lasts in open air. This sucker's getting hot. Seriously? Still going? Yeah, that sucker's hot. It's getting bombarded with electrons. That's why I'm probably also frying my brain. So yeah, interesting. That's fun.